Dr. Kirby Thompson, owner and operator of Wildflower Wellness, licensed naturopathic physician and acupuncturist here for Dr. Kirby's Pick. And lately, we have had a rash of people that have been asking about kidney stones, or people who have had conditions later that might have been prevented had people had natural ways to prevent and dissolve kidney stones. The number one is water, by the way, but besides the point. Okay, so kidney stones. Kidney stones form in the kidney, usually in that big compartment. And you can tell where the kidney stone is by the kind of pain that you have. Is it dull or is it sharp? And is it coming around and just huge pain right here in the genital area, right? Or the pubic bone. That means it's probably entered the ureter, pardon me. So what can you do? Well, some people have a genetic ability to have kidney stones, so those people need to be on top of it. However, there are a lot of lifestyle and diet decisions that can help you prevent kidney stones. One of the top ones are caffeine containing drinks. That would be coffee, tea, anything like that. Also, dairy products can help you form stones. Hydration, like I said earlier, that is a huge issue. Alcohol, anything that's going to weaken the kidney and its function and cause dysregulation can help you build stones. Now, what can you do if A, you have a proclivity to have stones, or B, hey, I got a stone right now, right? Well, there's a few things. Number one, if you're trying to prevent stones, the biggest thing I see is that people try not to eat calcium. Well, the number one kind of stone is oxalate, and calcium binds oxalate in the gut and can pull it out. So it's not necessarily the best thing not to eat calcium and to stay away from supplements, but that is a controversial subject in the naturopathic community. Number two, magnesium is a great way to prevent those stones. It prevents absorption. Vitamin A and B6. Now, what happens if you, and of course lifestyle and diet, if you get a stone? If you get a stone, you start having pain, or as people come in all the time, I tend to have kidney stones. One of the most common supplements to get is turmeric. And of course, I forgot to pull it from the Saxat Vitamins Plus. But it's very great. And in Chinese medicine, it's called Yu-Jin. And if there's Jin in the name in Chinese medicine, then guess what? It's known to break down stones. So turmeric is a great idea to take. Now, should you take it all the time? No, but it's something that you probably may be a good idea, depending on who has you taking what. It will be a good idea to rotate in and out of your supplement list. Now, if you have a stone, one of Dr. Kirby's favorites for breaking down those stones is Stone Free. Stone Free has been created and based on a Chinese formula by Planetary Herbals. You can buy it right here at Vitamins Plus and most health food stores. Naturopathic physicians and other Chinese medical and natural health people usually have something like this on hand or can get a hold of it very quickly. It comes in liquid and in solid. Very important. Now, there are a couple of others that help break down stones. Again, if you tend to have these and tend to have big ones, then, you know, check with your natural local medical provider, health medical provider, and always check before starting anything, especially if you're on a lot of medications. Now, the Stone Blaster and the Stone Breaker, they are amazing. They're different though. The Blaster is Chancapiedra, very well known in dissolving all types of stones, including gallstones. And of course the Stone Breaker. It has the Chancapiedra in it, but it also contains hydrangea root, burdock, and celery seed to support the liver and kidney elements of the body. Remember, if you got problems, you got to support the body. So, what else can you do? Well, I knew a guy one time, and he had a kidney stone. They said it was this big, And he never drank any water. He drank beer every day and tea. And he'd already had to have some surgery. So what we did for him was we first put him on an adaptogen. Now, we used the standard processed wild yam, which was amazing, and he felt better. Remember, a lot of times you got to give people chi or energy in order to overcome any what they have. So we did that, and then we also put him on the stone free along with the turmeric. And man, also took it off, asked him to abstain from drinking anything but water. And guess what? It might have taken like 6 to 8 weeks, but that thing dissolved, and he was out of pain. I'd say 3 or 4 weeks. Anyway, it was great. So an adaptogen may be great for you. One of some of Dr. Kirby's faves are the ginsengs, and I also like a lot of formulas, because formulas might not be as strong as the ginsengs. Ginsengs can be really strong depending on who you are, and there's many different varieties. Now, if you have blood pressure problems, it is very important to check with your medical provider. The ginsengs and chi tonics do support the kidneys, but depending on how you have high blood pressure, it can also cause that blood pressure to go straight up. So make sure that you schedule your appointment. Now, there's one thing that a lot of people leave out. If you tend to have kidney stones, what else shouldn't you do? Well, there is a supplement that everybody takes, and it's supposed to be really great for you, and it's called vitamin D. If you have a tendency towards kidney stones, you have to be very careful with vitamin D. Vitamin D actually goes, part of its action on how it works to increase calcium in the body is by upregulating or increasing the number of channels to suck up the calcium into the body from the intestines. So you're actually causing more calcium to be into the body. I actually have had this happen in someone. I know of it happening. He had got, the health food store had been out of the omega-3s, and he got the omega-3s with vitamin D. And he got a kidney stone like that. So again, naturally or with allopathic medicine, make sure you're checking in with somebody, especially if you take medications. Anyway, if you have any questions or would like to visit us online at www.wildflowerwellnessllc.com, that would be great. Give us a call.